Yep. No, I don't care. I'm going to have a martini. Yep. Gotta go. Bye. Hi, guys. Well, here we go again, hey? Lovely to see you all. How are you all tonight? Is everyone okay? I've got an itchy nose. I'll stop. Oh, gosh. All right. Time for a martini, everyone. I think is really all I can say. Hi, Zach and Jack and Hannah. How lovely to see you. I'm sorry about last week, but we're back. Yay! And tonight we're going to have a martini. Hello, Kay. How you going? I will reply to your email tomorrow, I promise. Emily, lovely to see you. Hello, John. Thank you. Just talking to John this afternoon about getting a haircut. Joan, hi. Are you in charge of the chats tonight? How exciting. Sarah, hello to all the tricks. Good to see you guys. Now, I think we're all probably, well, Melburnians anyway, feeling a little bit flat tonight. So I hope that I didn't make this happen by suggesting martinis, but I think that probably we deserve a drink tonight after all the fun we've been through over the last 48. Hi, Polly. Polly, I'm talking to my friends. You have to shh. Good girl. Hello, Shell. How you doing? It is perfect. So let's get this martini made. Who's making a martini with me? Are people already drinking? Joan has got Craig. I thought I was going to ask you, Joan, if Craig and Karen were there, but I was sure that you were going to explain to me anyway. So lovely to see you all. Polly's had half a haircut, if you're wondering. That's why she's got fluffy legs and the rest of her isn't fluffy. And no, it's not cruel. I know it's very cold. But she had grass seeds, so we had to take all the hair off and find the grass seeds. I think we're almost grass seed free now. All right. In for a martini. Excellent. Right. So what do we need? So before we start, I'm going to state one thing straight away, and I'm not going to think any worse of anybody if you disagree with me, but I'm a big fan of gin. I am not a fan at all of vodka. Vodka and I decided not to be Hello, Jeremy. No, Emily, you need to have a martini. I think it's a martini kind of a night. But no, don't let me pressure you into anything you don't want to do. Vodka and I are not friends. We haven't been friends for a very long time, and we don't need to talk about that tonight. But if you do like a vodka martini, by all means, feel free to use vodka instead of gin. But I will be making a gin martini tonight, and I will be making a very sort of old-fashioned dry martini. The recipe comes from about the late 1950s, early 1960s. So one of the big controversies that come up about, don't worry, I'm going to make it in a minute, I promise. I'm not going to go on for half an hour before we get to drink anything. One of the big controversies that came up about martinis is how much vermouth to use in your martini. And I've tried a few different more modern styles, and your most modern style sort of people kind of wave the vermouth bottle in the direction of the glasses and then put it away. So basically it's straight gin. Hello, Alison. How lovely to see you. Final fling with friends from Perth. Woohoo! Good work. This recipe calls for 1/3 vermouth to 2/3 gin, which a lot of people would be a bit shocked by. Oh, Anne, that sounds lovely. Sounds delicious. But give it a go. I think you might become a convert. If you've got good vermouth, Four Pillars Rare Dry Gin is fantastic. I have got a selection of gins that I'm going to pull up now. So if you wanted to, hi Penny, lovely to see you. You made it. So you've got the mainstream. You've got your mainstream Tanqueray gin. That's a good gin for a martini. Margin Estate Vermouth. I don't know the Margin Estate Vermouth, guys, but I think that would be delicious. I know, Penny, I know, it's awful. So Penny was supposed to be going to the theatre, but luckily you've got Drinks with Kate instead. Hurrah. Another gin that you could try, and I think Linda and Steve, are you around, Linda? Are you here yet? Linda and Steve are having an Ophia gin martini. So the Ophia gin is has got a lot of Indian spice in it. It's got lots of coriander in it. So it's got this really kind of earthy aroma and flavour to it, which is slightly challenging to some people, but some people will really love it. And if you're having a curry or something a bit spicy, that's a great one to play around with. Sarah. Oh, gin to vermouth. Okay, cool. Everyone's got their own way of making gin, and the olive leaf gin I've heard is delicious. I haven't had it yet. I've got the Four Pillars rare dry gin at home, and also their spicy one. Gordon's is fantastic. That's a good idea. Melbourne Gin Company, also terrific gin. You'll be unsurprised to hear that I'm using the Balcombe gin tonight. Hi, Barney. I didn't tell you that we were using it, so you're probably not watching. But anyway, Balcombe gin, Mornington Peninsula, coastal gin. I think this is fantastic in a martini. Excellent, Emily. I thought you might be going to. And my vermouth of choice that I think I'm going to use tonight is the Sank vermouth. I've taken the lid off because it's quite hard to get off, and I didn't want to embarrass myself on air. I hope I've got enough. This is made by Barney's former business partner and a mutual friend of ours called David Chapman, and he's been making a red vermouth for a long time, but this is his new extra dry Sank. It's probably not that new actually anymore. It's about a year and a half old. He's been making it for about nearly 2 years now, but this is terrific as well. Lots of wormwood in it, so it's quite bitter. Works really well in a gin and tonic. You could always use just a Noilly Prat vermouth. Another nice vermouth that I might try for me is the Anticatora, which is an Italian dry vermouth that I bought from some friends who import Italian stuff. So before I make I'm getting there, I promise. Then you need your garnishes. So the garnishes that we've got tonight, and Jill and Richard are going to come in and have a martini with me. So I've got a lemon, and I'll show you how to do a very simple couple of lemon twists. Oh, the Eastern version of Bombay gin, excellent. Or you can do olives. Now I found these cute little. You don't need a stick to stick them on, but it's quite a nice way to make the drink look fancy. So this is 3 anchovy stuffed olives. Fantastic. Or if you want to make a Gibson, which I just made one for Pete, my brother, who's been down here cooking, and he's got to run away, so he got one early. Are you there, Nina? Pete's having a little drink before he comes. Gibson has pickled onions in it. So I've got pickled onions on a stick. I'm going to have a Gibson. Jill's going to have olives, and Richard's going to have the lemon twist. So I've got these cool little glasses that I bought when I started playing around with cocktails and martinis in particular. So I like those. You can go for your more triangular one. You can put it in a wine glass, whatever takes your fancy. I got my shaker, but you can just use a glass. What you need is lots of ice. And I'm just going to get rid of any excess water that's already melted from that ice. Because what you don't want to do is water it down too much with water. And when people talk about the whole James Bond quote, shaken, not stirred, it's very misleading because, and I did do some reading about this, and so the whole, here we go. Oh, Zach and Jack, proportions. Hi, Cutty, lovely to see you. Welcome back. The roads are madness. I was up in town as well today. So 30 mils of vermouth. This is for one drink. So we're going to do 30 mils of vermouth to 60 mils of gin. So I'm going to make two in here for Jill and Richard. So I'll do my vermouth. So if you've got a shaker with a little jigger on the top, that should be 30 mils. If you haven't, then you can use a little measuring jug or whatever takes your fancy. It doesn't need to be pretty. Nobody's watching you or judging you here. So my gin, I'm going to do 4 of those for 2 drinks. There's a little saying that they have is anything more than 1 martini is too many. So I'm just warning you there. So I've got my martini in there with the ice. I use a chopstick to stir it up So shaken, not stirred is incorrect for a gin martini. Apparently it is correct for a vodka martini. The reason that we're stirring and not shaking is that we don't want to chip the ice, because we don't want too much of the ice to melt into the gin and vermouth mix. We're wanting to super chill it. The whole point is it's got to be really, really cold for it to taste good. So you're chilling it down really cold, but you don't, shaking it is too violent, and you get little chips of ice in it, and then they go into the drink, and then they melt into the drink, and they make it too watery. So get my chopstick, upside down. I'm going to give it a good stir. Excuse me for a moment. I'm going to make stirring noises. How's everyone going? Are you following along? So if you've got a shaker, you want to stir it until the whole shaker is frosted. You want it to be really cold. So stir. Can you see how my shaker's frosted almost all the way up to the top? I'm going to keep going for a minute longer, a little bit longer. It's not very good, not very good television, is it? The telly's turned down. Okay, I think that'll be enough. Then I put my lid on my shaker to drain the martini out without getting the ice blocks. So you don't want the ice blocks in the glass, you just want the liquid. If you don't have a shaker, you can use just a normal milkshake glass or something like that with a little tea sieve or something like that. That'll work. So here we go. You thirsty, Richard? Richard's over there waiting for his martini. So sometimes the last little bit of the drink gets stuck in the ice. So I wasn't really shaking it to make it colder. I was just shaking it to kind of break up the ice to make sure that all the booze got into the glass. So that's 2 martinis. You can serve them just like that, no garnish, or Jill's gets the olives, and if you don't have a stick, as I said, you can just plonk them into the drink. But doesn't that look pretty? Hey, there's one for Jill. And Richard's, I'm going to do a little twist of lemon. Now you can do lemon a couple of different ways. You can use a knife or you can use a grater. These things are really good because they've got a little thing on them that gives you a twist. So if you just use this and try and get a nice long bit, and if you do it over the top of the glass, then you get some of those lemon essential oils into the drink. There's a cat come to help. It's not going to be very helpful. And then see, I've got my nice long little bit of lemon, and then I hold that over the top of the drink. And I'll just tilt you down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. And I just twist it around in a little twist and then drop it into the drink. Real cocktail waiters would probably make that look even prettier than that, but it'll work. What it does, it just gives the drink a subtle lemoniness, and it just works really, really well with the flavours of the gin and the vermouth. Ah, Penny. First martini served in Fiji. Yeah, a lot of people just pass the vermouth over. I would say give vermouth a chance. Give vermouth a chance. It's delicious. And to my mind, it just makes the drink seem slightly less like just very super chilled gin and actually more like a mixed drink. We've actually mixed gin and vermouth together. I'm just making myself another one. I didn't think I could fit 3 into the shaker successfully. So here we go. A little bit of stirring. So has everyone got a martini now? Who wants one? Okay, so as I said before, your classic garnishes for a martini would be a twist of lemon. And a lot of purists just say you can't go past the twist of lemon. Other people say you can't go past an olive. Particularly, I really like the anchovy stuffed olives, but any green stuffed olive works really well, or just a green Sicilian olive. I haven't ever seen a martini with a black olive in it. I'm not quite sure why, but I think probably it wouldn't work very well. But I'm going to add my little pickled onions and make myself a Gibson. Here we go. Cheers, everyone. Here's to Thursday night drinks. So, yum, delicious. I'm just going to take my little onions off the stick because the stick's getting in the way, really. Form over function. So how's everyone going? You're all right? Have you got good snacks tonight? You got some good snacks? Now, a couple of things to say about the old martini. So that's 3 shots of alcohol. Oh, how delightful. So rules for vermouth. When you're making a martini, it needs to be a dry vermouth, which is a white vermouth. So a vermouth made from Hunter Valley Semillon would be perfect. And then it's really up to whatever you like. I mean, there's a lot of gin and vermouth have become really, really, yeah, I think that, oh, good on you, Kay. Fantastic. Hooray, John. Exactly. Thursday night drinks. The lemon's great. It don't, cause a lot of people go, oh no, I'll have the olive or the pickled onions because then you get a snack in your drink. Beauty. I've got to say I fall for that all the time. And I do like that. But the lemon gives a beautiful lemoniness, funnily enough, to the drink. And it cannot be underrated how well it works with all the other flavours. This vermouth that we're using from David, he made it specifically to be quite dry. He's called it extra dry, and it's got lots of, so vermouth is basically wine that is often sweetened up a little bit and is infused with herbs. Often it's slightly fortified as well, but not always. Oh yeah, always. So this one's 17.5% alcohol. Oh, Shell, that sounds lovely. Yes, you need a lockdown treat. Portuguese tart's a very good way to go. But yeah, so Joan, to your question, the Cinzano Extra Dry is good. No, Kate, we talked about this using sort of big brand products when we were being distilled over the aromats rather than just having essential oils mixed aromats rather than just having essential oils mixed. Smoked cheese bruschetta, lovely, delicious. Penny, Sank set you can buy at the Prince Wine Store. I know because I saw it on the shelf just the other day. I have bought it direct from David, but he's in the process of now it's saying my connection's unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. So hopefully you can still hear me. Yeah, David was working out of the old Dramana estate, so I used to just pop down there and buy it direct from him. But if you Google it, you should be able to find it pretty easily. Sorry, Kay. Sorry, everyone. Hi, Nina. How you going? If I keep dropping out, just enjoy your martini and your snacks, and we'll come back next week. But I'll persist for a little. It's still saying that my connection's unstable, unfortunately. I've got you plugged in, and it's all going horribly wrong. Oh. Jeremy's just sent me a video. Now it says that we're working again now, so hopefully you can hear me again. Jeremy, excellent. Jeremy's just sent me a video, apparently works very well, and pre-made martinis are fantastic. So if you can get yourself a little jar that can hold 90 mils, usually they're 100 ml jars of liquid. So you want to have a little bit of headspace, and then you can measure out your 30 mils of vermouth and your 60 mils of gin into the jar, do up the lid, stick it in the freezer, and then you don't need any ice or a shaker to make it cold. You can just pour it straight into your martini glass, pop your garnish in, and oh, you lost me. Am I back? Am I back? Emily, I hope you can hear me now. I'll say that again because I think you lost me for a while. I was just telling you how you can be really super prepped for martinis, and also if you're like organising a special evening with someone else who likes martinis, it's quite dramatic and exciting to make it up at the time. But if you just want to do it really, have it all pre-prepared, you can make up a mix of 1/3 vermouth and 2/3 gin. If you're making 2 martinis, you do 60 mils of vermouth and 120 mils of gin. You know, you get the gist. Put it in a jar, stick it in the freezer, leave it in the freezer overnight. It won't freeze solid. It'll just be very, very cold. And that they're quite hard work because they are very pure spirited. But the little bits that your lemon twist or your olives or whatever are going to make a huge difference to the flavour profile. Getting everything really cold is really important because if it's not cold, it's not refreshing. And having some nice food to go with it is also a real bonus. I suggested on Monday oysters, smoked salmon, those kind of things work really well, but I think your smoked cheese, your bruschetta, the roast beef sandwich that Kay is having, chicken sandwiches, all of those kind of little finger foody things work really well with this sort of drink. And even though it looks like a small drink, you should sip it slowly and appreciate it. And I don't recommend really having more than 1, maybe 2 if you're feeling really wicked. But they do hit you quite hard if you don't take care. Also, if you're driving, it's the equivalent of 3 standard drinks. So as a lady, it's not recommended to drive after having more than 1 standard drink an hour. So if you're going to have one of these, then you should wait at least 3 hours before you drive and not have anything else to drink. So it's kind of a going out drink. It's a drink to have, or a staying home drink when you don't have to go anywhere important. Also make sure that you drink lots of water because you don't want to be drinking one of these to quench your thirst because it will be guaranteed if you drink a couple of these and don't stay hydrated, it will give you a bit of a nasty headache the next day. But we're all grown up, so we can all handle this sort of stuff. What else? How's it? I think I might be losing you again, and I think that our connection's that. Certainly, my little martinis certainly cheered me up tonight, so that's good. We are closed for business for 7 days, just in case you were thinking about coming down to Celador. Everyone knows the drill. Cotty, I know. This is the problem. This is so if you have more than 2 once, then it will kick you in the head the next day and it'll put you off trying them again. This is between you and me. Don't tell anyone. This is what happened to me in vodka a long time ago. So I still can't go there. So 1 martini, some nice food, good chat, and then, if you have to have something else to drink, maybe a little glass of wine. But just remember that you've had a lot of alcohol in one small package. So just moderate your drinking a little bit as a result. I keep saying that the connection's unstable, so I don't know how much of this you guys are getting, and I'm starting to worry that it's getting frustrating for you. So good work, Kay. Thank you. I think I might leave it there. What I will say before we go, unless anyone's got any questions, and you've got a couple, I never wrap things up straight away. But before we go, next week, we're back on the wine, and we will be looking at the new release 2019 Robinson Pinot Noir. Now, if you haven't got the box yet, you can still get the box. You need to be a signed up member of the wine club, and all of you guys should be, but if you haven't been getting my wine club emails, you need to email me, which is kate@moorooducestate.com.au, and I will send you the link. The reason for this is that with the single vineyard Pinots, we release them to the wine club first, and we're not releasing them officially to everybody else until Queen's birthday weekend, assuming that still gets to go ahead. We'll be doing that at Red Hill, at the big tasting, and also at Cellar Door. So to make sure that our wine club members don't feel that their privileges are being usurped, I'm not putting the case on the website yet, and I'm not sending it out to the whole mailing list. So again, if you're not in the wine club yet, send me an email. You guys who have been following along as part of Drinks with Kate are invited to have a complimentary membership of the wine club this year. So you don't need to do anything else except for email me and say, hey, Kate, I didn't get the email and I want to buy the box. I don't seem to be getting the wine club emails, and I will sort it out. But you need to email me. If you're interstate, you need to do it fairly quickly because it might take a little while for the wine to get to you. If you're in Melbourne or the Mornington Peninsula, then we will be doing deliveries all this week. So never fear. If you're running out of Moorooduc Estate wine, I'll bring it to you. Just give us a call, send us an email, jump on the shop, and we'll get it out to you. If you're in country Victoria, if it's within, a reasonable drive, we might even drive it out to you because it's quite nice going for a drive when you're in lockdown, but otherwise it will come in the post. So it's been awesome having a martini with you guys. I think we all deserve it. Thank you so much. Everyone who's here with us again. We know what to do. We just get on with it. Good luck with the homeschooling for those of you who've got kids at home. Be kind to yourselves, and don't forget to stop work at a reasonable hour when you're working from home and close those books and get yourself a little cup of tea if you don't want to drink alcohol every day, or a little glass of wine, or perhaps a little martini. I think we all deserve it this week. Cheers, everyone. Have a lovely week. Stay strong. Enjoy the good bits. And I will see you all again, hopefully, next Thursday with the Robinson Pinot Noir 2019. Cheers, everyone. Thanks so much. It's been awesome to see you. Have a lovely evening.